Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. So in today's tutorial we'll be starting up real quick, and for this we are going to be using our pattern paper for this drafting. And the first thing I need is to mark a straight line to serve as our starting point, and from there I'm going to go ahead and mark my bust point, which is at 10 inches, and then I'm going to be marking my under bust 14 inches, and then the length of the blouse or the top. If you have a tinier waist, please make use of your waistline instead of your under bust. I have mommy pouch. I've said this a couple of times on this channel, but the reason why I'm saying it again is so that you understand the reason of marking my under bust. So from my bust point I'm going up by 2 inches, and this will be my chest line, which is now at 8 inches. I'm going to mark a straight line as well there. I'm sorry that the chalk I'm using is a little bit faint. Please pay attention, you will get it. And then the next thing I marked is half of my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is supposed to be 7.5, that's 15 inches, but because I'm using a very stretchy fabric, I am marking at 7 inches, so I took away half inch. For my neckline I did 3 inches for the width, and then for the length I am doing 3 inches as well. And then for the back neckline I am doing 2 inches. You can do 1.5 inches if that's what works for you. So we are trying to mark our front and our back bodies together. I'm sorry for all the shaking. My baby is around my tripod, so that's why the video was shaking earlier, and I think it's going to shake more before the end of this video. Please pardon us. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my shoulder slope, which is 1 inch, and then I'm going to connect it to my shoulder line on my neckline. And once I am done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and insert my bust measurement divided by 4. And this my bust measurement is supposed to be 42, but it's supposed to be 10.5 inches, but I marked at 10 inches, just like you heard me talked about it on my shoulder. At my shoulder area I took away about half inch because my fabric I'm using is going to be a stretchy fabric. And then I'm going to go ahead and insert my under bust measurement. If you're working with your waist measurement, please insert your waist measurement on your own pattern. And then for the length of the blouse, it depends on where yours is going to end. If yours is going to go towards your hip, at this point insert your hip measurement, but if it's going to stop at your waistline, just stop insert your waist measurement. I hope you understand this. And every allowance will be added while transferring this to our fabric. And if you notice we do not have a zipper allowance for this top, that's because this fabric I'm using is quite stretchy. So from our shoulder slope to our chest line, I'm going to measure that. Whatever I have, I'll divide it into 2, and then I'm taking half inch from that point to go. So this is going to serve as our front neckline. Just pay attention, you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm cutting my front and my back neck bodies together, but I'm going to cut out the back one just like you are going to see me. So I'm going to cut out all the back pattern, transfer it to my fabric before trimming off all the necessary one for my front bodies. I hope you are enjoying this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel. And to my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support. I wouldn't have been here without you guys. So you can see I've ordered all allowances for my back bodies. I've transferred it to my fabric and added all the allowances I needed for it. So I'm just taking it out, and then I'm going to trim off the other markings for our front. That's the armhole area, the front neckline. And then from our chest line, I'm going to the 8 inches we went down with. I'm cutting out this. If you want yours to show your cleavage, please go ahead and go down go down by 10 inches for your yoke. Then for my armhole line, that's the line that came down from our shoulder line, I went in by 2 inches. So I'm not going out from that armhole pointed area, I just went in from the shoulder line that came down. I hope you understand this. And then I'm going to make a slant line to meet our neckline, but please do not tamper with your shoulder line so that it doesn't affect the back neckline or shoulder. So this is our yoke, and I'm going to go ahead, we are going to transfer it to our fabric. So for the sleeve, my sleeve, I'm cutting the front and the back sleeve together, and you can see my fabric is folded into 4, and this sleeve is going to be a short one. For this, I'm going down by 7 inches, and I added 2 inches allowance for my stitching. You can go as long longer if you want your sleeve to be longer, or you want it to be shorter. Then from this point, I'm going in by 4 inches for my sleeve cap, and I went down by 4.5 inches. If you are bigger than me, you can go down as much as 5 inches. I'm going to connect the line. I'm sorry that you can't really see the chalk, but please pay attention, and I have a video tutorial on sleeve cutting, long and short. You can check it in, I'll put it in the description box for you guys to check out. It's a very detailed video. So I just inserted my round sleeve measurement plus my allowance, and then from that 4 inches we went in, I'm going to divide these points together to the 4.5 inch to the 4.5 inches we went down, and I made a point there. So I'm going to connect the 3 points together. You can see the way I place my French curve. That's the same way you're going to do it, but if you don't have your French curve, just use your free hand to do this. Once I connect the first point, I'll flip my my French curve to the other side, and I connected the remaining points. And that's basically all for our sleeve. If you don't understand please rewatch the video, or check out the detailed video on our sleeve pattern, both the short, the long, and for children, all in one video, and it's a very detailed one. This is our sleeve ready, and this is our yoke. I've gone ahead cut out the yoke in my pattern, my sleeve, and then my body. For this yoke, I have 2 pieces for each side, that I'm using different fabric to turn the other one. So for our back bodies, I'm going to go ahead and cut out our facing, and cut out our facing. And for this, I'll fold a fabric into 2, just like you see me do, and then I'll place my back fabric onto it, making sure that the 2 folded parts is aligned. Once I place this, I'm going to go ahead and trace out the neckline and also the shoulder line. And once I am done tracing this, I'm going to measure out 3 inches all around the marks that I made. So this is our yoke, and then we're going to go ahead and attach it to our back bodies. I'm going to place it front facing front, and I'll stitch all around before turning it to the other side. So this is our sleeve. I'm going to go ahead and hem this, stitch it down. I'll do the same thing for the other side. And then for our yoke, I'm going to stitch this center front by the allowance that I added. I'll stitch it down, and I'll do the same thing for the other yoke. So this is our back bodies. I am done stitching the neckline. I'm going to go ahead and make notches around the neckline. and then turn it to the right side. You can go ahead at this point and iron it. And this is our sleeve. I am done, and also the yoke. I am done stitching everything that I showed you guys earlier down. And then for our back front bodies, our front bodies, are going to attach this yoke to it. This is where you're supposed to attach this yoke. Remember, our yoke did not start from the armhole, but at this point I made a mistake of starting from the edge of the fabric, which I'm going to redo once I notice the mistake because it's going to make the neckline the chest line, front chest line, very wide. And I'm going to go ahead and pin this down, and also pin the other side of the yoke down. And I cut out this long stripe of piece to use it to cover this, just to have a neat finishing. So I'm going to go ahead and pin all this down through, or pin it through, before going to my sewing machine to stitch it down. So I'll flip it to the right side. At this point, you can go ahead and top stitch it, just to keep that fabric in place, and also add your hemming gum to it so that it can sit well. The next thing I'm going to do is to attach the back bodies, and for this I am doing front facing front as well. I'm going to go ahead and stitch on the shoulder line, and this is the point I noticed the mistake of attaching the yoke, so I had to go ahead and redo it, lose it, and do it again. So I'll stitch on the two shoulders, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. And this is it. As you can see, I've done the proper thing what I'm supposed to do. Then the next thing we're going to do is to attach our sleeve, and for this sleeve I'm going to open my fabric to the front, and then I'll do right side facing each other, and I'll stitch my sleeve from one end to the other, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. So this is it. Once I am done with the sleeve, we are coming towards the end of this tutorial, and the next thing I'm going to do is to arrange my fabric, my bodies well, or the top well, making sure it's front facing front. At this point I've not added any hemming gum to the neckline, that's why it keeps flying everywhere, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn it to the wrong side, and we are going to do front facing front, and I will use my allowance that I added to stitch it down from my armhole to the hem, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. And then I'm going to go ahead and hem the top, or and that's basically all for this top. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up to help my channel, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel. If you recreate this video, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your recreations if you recreate this style. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.